Okay, so MLB Players Association obviously made their significant proposal earlier today, which I reported on, and then they went to their separate corners to negotiate, to discuss, and owners to get together and whatnot. The owners came back and apparently acted very hostile and harshly to these counter proposals, and it did not go well. Apparently, now the players are actually considering walking away from the table and not going to the meetings that were scheduled for today, for tomorrow and Monday. Just to give you some intel on this, and this is directly from Enrique Rojas from ESPN, MLB is, the players, the union is, they're looking to expand Super 2 eligibility to about 35% of all players who have been between 2 and 3 years of service time, and which is it is a decrease from their 75% ask prior to. So that was one of the one of the moves that they made, and which is pretty significant. They also talked about the initial, they wanted $100 million in bonus pool, and or essentially the union essentially wanted a $100 million cut in revenue sharing funds. They dropped that to $30 million, so a significant move there too. And then today's proposal even dropped it further. So more significant concession there on the Players Association side. And they also made a $2 million reduction for each of the second, third, and fourth years of luxury tax thresholds. So breaking it down, so 245 went to 243, and so on. And 250 went to 248, 257, 255, and so on. So they went down a little bit, not a lot, and it's still nowhere near where the owners wanted it. They also made one change, the league itself, in its base tax CBT thresholds. They increased it by $1 million in the second year of the collective bargaining agreement. That's it. So they initially proposed $214 million in 2022, 215 in 2023, 216 in 24, 218 in 25, and 222 in 2026. Those were their accelerated levels. They only changed that by $1 million. So 215 has now become 216, it looks like. That's pretty much it. And there was only slight adjustments made by the Major League Baseball itself in the exceeding thresholds in terms of the penalties. There is a, let's see, in today's proposal from the league itself, the 3 levels of penalties are as such. For the first time, you pay a 42% tax, anything over on every dollar spent between 214 and 234 million. So you have to pay 42% tax on that. A 62% tax, anything from 234 to 254 million. And a 95% tax rate on anything past the $254 million mark, which the Mets are over significantly already. They wanted 50%, 75%, and 100% tax rates for these thresholds prior to. So there's still, there's a lot to be determined. But MLB the Players Association made some significant concessions, but the owners reacted pretty harshly to it. They're not happy. And we might be back to square one. So we'll see what happens if the players actually show up tomorrow to the negotiations, because it's still on the table. And Monday's obviously the deadline. If nothing's hit by then nothing's agreed to by then cancellation of regular season games. But this is the game of chicken that these guys are playing with each other. I'll keep it coming, guys.